Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to show you some fantastic basketball plays that you can use if you're a middle school basketball coach against a 2-3 basketball zone defense. So hello everyone, my name is Alan. If you're new to this channel, on this channel I show you basketball plays, drills, and skills. So if you like that stuff, hit the like button and subscribe. But anyways, let's just get into it. Well, the 2-3 zone, it's something that you can see at the younger age group, especially if your league allows it. Now, I know a lot of leagues, at least here in North America, disallow zone defenses from grade 8 and under, while others are grade 6 and under, and then some just totally allow it throughout the whole age group, and that's another discussion we can get on probably another day. But anyways, at least up here in Canada, or at least in Ontario, we have from grade 7 and up, you can play a zone defense, and from grade 7 and up, they're allowed to take and score 3-point shots in the school level. But anyways, at least in most leagues. But anyways, in the States, I am not too sure exactly how that works. You can comment below and let us know, at least in your state, what it's like. But anyways, let's get down to the clipboard and let's work on some basketball plays that will help you score against a 2-3 zone defense. So here we have the Reds in the zone defense. We have these 5 players. Now those are their zones, and generally speaking, if you don't know, those doubled up areas are all going to be areas where they would generally double team, which with the ball up top, that's exactly what's going to happen. By that, those 3 players in the bottom are going to be moving up so that there's less activity on the wings. And by having that, that's going to leave the baseline open. So how you can get around stuff like this. Now, there's an offense called the Stocke Offense where you would have player 1 pass over. This would then bring player 4 up and player 1 would cut down. This way we can have some really high-low passes happening, and it's really going to stack the side. So now player 3 has to watch out for these 2 players, player 5 has to watch out for those 2 players, and player 1 is going to be guarding up player 2, man up, straight up. Player 2 is going to be watching for the swing pass up top, and we're most likely going to have player 4 watching the backdoor cut so that there's no lobs for player 3. Now what we're going to have is player 4 most likely wide open, which is going to be bringing player 5 up. Now this is going to leave player 5 open, and that is one of the ways to score in this offense. Another way to score in this offense is to swing the ball around. So by swinging the ball around, that's going to have player 2, he's going to start dribbling up top, and that's going to bring player 3 up, and player 2 is going to pass to player 3. Now what we're going to have is player 4 going down to the low post, and we're going to have player 1, depending on how you run this offense. Personally, I have player 1 running the baseline, and by allowing that to happen, now we're going to be having player 1 possibly open on the wing, because before the zone defense gets to adjust, and by doing that, he may have an open 3-point shot. Now, we're also going to be having player 3 cut down now, and player 5 cutting up. And by having all of this movement, we might have player 3 open for a 3-point shot, or player 4 might be able to get to him in time so that he doesn't have the shot, which would then leave player 1 open if player 2 doesn't get and recover fast enough for that 3-point shot. All at the same time, we would now have player 5 open in the high post for another high-low pass. So that is why I personally like that 3-2 stack offense, so that you can score against that 2-3 quite easily. Now, something that a lot of coaches forget is a 5-out is actually pretty good against a 2-3 zone defense. A 2-3 zone defense is trying to stop any kind of scoring in the key, or at least in the bottom half of the key. It's trying to protect the paint. And by running a 5-out offense, you're now stretching the defense out so wide, especially with the basketball on top, that there's only one player defending the key, which is what they're trying to defend. So that is why I like to run the 5-out. And by running the 5-out, you actually open up a lot of opportunities. So let me explain. So we have player 1, he's going to pass to player 2. Now you could have a pass and cut, pass and screen away, pass and screen for, it doesn't really matter. If you don't know what those are, you can check my channel out, look for 5-out offenses, and you will find it there. If I don't have it, I'm going to check after this video. I'm going to make a video on all the 5-out offenses. If I don't have it, I'll post it, and either way, I'm going to put it in the description, so just check there. But anyways, this is going to move the defense very well over like this. And now this is leaving this whole side wide open, only being defended by only one player. And at this time, because player 1 will pass the ball, he could cut towards the rim, which then would bring player 2 down to about the free throw line so that player 1 can't get that ball, which would then leave player 4 having the ability to go up top, which would then possibly lead to an open three-point shot, which would be fantastic. We're always looking for open shots, especially if you're a good shooting team. But now that's going to bring player 3 up, and player 2 now needs to recover. Player 1 needs to recover. This may leave player 2 open again, but player 1 is going to go and pop out to that side, and this could be a quick swing, which would be, well, either a wide open side open. He could just cut down to there and have the ball passed to him, which would bring player 5 over, and player 5 blue would then cut back door. There's many different opportunities. What I would say to my team if you're running a 5-out against a 2-3 is to pass often, to move, and to see where the defense is playing, because believe me, this works really well. Now here we have the 2-3 defense again, and what we're going to run is a triangle motion offense. Now you may think, oh my god, the triangle, everyone's afraid of the triangle because the New York Knicks can't run it, and my team obviously can't run the triangle because they're younger than the New York Knicks. Well, believe me, they can run it, and they're going to run it just perfectly. I have no excuse why the New York Knicks can't run it. So here's what I do. So basically, we're going to have player 1 go and pass to player 3, and player 1 is going to then pop out to that wing, which he may just be wide open there if player 4 doesn't swing over, and that's how the defense should swing. Depending on how fast the defense is, he may have that open three-point shot. Now, what you can have is player 3 can pass to player 5 in the post, which could bring player 4 down. Well, this is also allowing player 4 to be able to do a high cut across the key, across the free throw line, so that he may be open, and that would bring the defense up, or at least in. He would have an open shot if player 5 doesn't come up. If he does come up, then we're going to have a nice bounce pass down to player 5 for an easy layup. So by having a back cut, that's going to allow, just like in that 3-2 motion that I was showing you earlier, that's going to allow a high-low pass, and very similar to that 3-2 offense where now we're getting into that stacked side. Now, if player 4 doesn't do a high cut and you want to swing that basketball around, we're going to have player 2 pop up to the top, which is going to bring the defense very similar to like this. We're going to have player 5 sending a back screen on player 4, who's then going to be popping out. We're going to have player 4 popping up to the top, where player 2 is going to pass player 4 the ball. That's going to bring player 1 over. Player 1 is then going to pop over top over here. That's going to swing the ball. That's going to bring player 3 up. And now player 5 is still watching both sides, but what we're going to have is player 3 cutting to that low post because player 4 passed there. Player 4 is going to go and cut to that wing, which is going to bring the defense most likely like this. And now what we will have is player 5, he could just pop out like he would normally against a man-to-man defense, but because this whole key is open, he could just show up top, and it's just quite literally going to look like this for an easy layup for player 3. Now, those are some really great basketball plays that you could run against a 2-3 and do it really well at the middle school age group. Now, that triangle offense or that triangle set does seem to get a lot of pushback from a lot of different coaches, but it does work, and it's not that hard of an offense to run if you show them the basic movements. Now, I'm going to list in the description below again all the 5-out offenses video. If I have that up, I will post it there. If I don't, I'll be making it and posting it there anyways, so check the description either way. And same as the triangle, I have the basics of the triangle motion offense video. I already know that's up, and I will put that in the description as well for you, because these really work. Anyways, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys again tomorrow because I post basketball videos every single day. Hey, basketball coaches, so basically my defense book, it's a defense that is created by myself and tested by many different teams. Everyone loves it. As far as I know, everything I have gotten back is great news. Basically, everything from the free throw line and under is a double team. Everything up top is single coverage. If you want to check out this book, go to the link below. It is called The Unbeatable Basketball Defense. Hello, so if you have liked this video, click over here to subscribe, or maybe over here, depending on which side I put it on. I don't know yet. Anyways, also, the opposite direction or the opposite side is another video you may like. So I hope to see you again in one of those next videos. Yeah.